Nothing fancy this time around. I realized I forgot to say it yesterday, but that was day 23, and this is day, 24. I'm doing a lot better mentally today. I mean, can you really blame a guy for having a bit of a existential freak out? It really isn't every day that you come face to face with the fact that there are things out there beyond our understanding. Tux? Tux? I don't see any. Huh? Some kind of, device? Huh. Looks like a, I don't know, a gun, maybe? Interesting egg shape and the way it folds in on itself, yeah. Not sure if this thing has a hair trigger, but better... And... sorry. Tox! You cannot be sneaking up on Daddy like that. Well, at least you weren't on the other end of, whatever this thing is. I mean, obviously it's a gun, but never mind. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I see a shrimp packet on the ground, so, I got a pretty good idea whom this belongs to. Voila! Not sure if one of you dropped this, but, I figure it's probably better in your hands than mine. Bye. You know, I'm already out here. Might as well actually do my job. Nothing really stopping me. Been getting more used to the idea of early day work. Get that done, and then, I've got, I'm rambling. Wow. Okay, yeah. I hadn't really realized how much of the base had changed since I, started staying here. Guess it's really, something you can only really appreciate when you're looking at it from a whole new angle. So, while I was out and about, I was making my way towards... it doesn't matter. But I had the thought. I think I might be pretty near the coordinates of that note. Had to pull out my little pocket notebook. I was smart and wrote the coordinates down rather than, carrying the note with me. I wasn't as close as I thought, but I had the idea that they would put me on the, that rise overlooking the pond near Oscar. The one across the river, that is, not the one that's on the other side of the, boom mic. So, I thought I had, earned myself another quick little treasure hunt. Now, I know what you're thinking, but this time's going to be different. Because they wrote the note intending someone to find it, after all. I think. Aha! Right here. Huh. Another box. Yeah, it's a lot longer, though. Almost looks like... oh, no way. Oh! It is a tackle box! Oh! With a fishing rod! This is, kind of thematic if you think about it. Tackle box buried here, overlooking the pond. Well, mysterious note writer. I'll take good care of her. Got more food I didn't order. I'm almost positive now it's those, aliens. It still feels weird saying that. You know, I figure I should maybe call them something other than aliens. I mean, they probably have a species name or something they call themselves. And then I would have any way to communicate with them. Man, I kind of feel like the English right now. Ascribing a whole new name to people that blah, blah, blah. Never mind. I don't want to feel existential again. Now, let's see. This morning, I know they make feline vocalizations or feline-like. They look like a cat person, too. Not like a cute anime one, but like, I don't know if they were colors of clay and you mash them together. No. Homo doesn't feel accurate. Like, yes, they're human-like. Maybe they are. I don't have any way of knowing, and I highly doubt they share an ancestor with us. Wait, what if... Yeah. Ambulus catus. The walking cat. It's a work in progress. Well, maybe that can, be the first goal, if and when communications commence. Figuring out what they call themselves. Polaris, can you search for cat-like aliens?
I'm on it.
Well, thing to search for, but hey, you never know what someone may or may not have seen. I doubt I'm gonna get anything, but... I don't know. Guess there's nothing better to do while he works than, treat myself to some fishing. So yeah, this pole did come with some bait, and it does feel a little bit shitty not to use it, but like, ultra bait is ultra. Besides, it really looks like they just kind of took an MRE and tore it open. I mean, I can stomach the things, but I'm not sure if fish would feel the same way. Oh, to explain the Kerfer photos from earlier, he keeps getting stuck on the lip of the sidewalk. That's why I'm not using him that much. It'd be great if he, I don't know, had legs or something. What I'm getting at is that, well, yes, there is a handicap spot to use. How in the world is this place handicap accessible? Like, yeah, we have the ramp and whatnot, but how's a wheelchair supposed to even get up here? Can you imagine, though? Curver body with legs, no arms or anything, just a walking Pringles can. Oh! Oh, I got a live one. Ooh, no idea what kind of fish it is. Or, what even would be here. Maybe it's like some kind of trout, or a catfish, or a can. Well, if that just isn't my luck. Well, at least I'm cleaning up the river. I bet the pond has some good fish, maybe. Anyway, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the evening out here on the bridge. Have a good one, everyone. Dr. Kel, out fishing.
Morning. Day 25 and I'm still alive. Sorry. Had the crushing dream again. It was strange. I didn't feel the panic like I did before. More like an annoyance. Yeah. What's also strange is that I think I saw a key card on the desk. That's new. I think my brain got caught up on the one inside the bunker area. Man, I hadn't thought about that since like day 9 or something. Methinks the brain is trying to get me to break some rules. Not Not that I plan on following up. Never mind. Alright, you know the drill by now. I'll check back in once I'm all set.
Okay, there's no way my eyes can be that funky, but there's also no way that there can just be a car in the river, right? Should we tell someone about this? I think I can see a hole in the windshield. Although, given how rusted this thing is, who's to say this isn't already a solved case, or maybe a cold one? But then, why leave the car here? Anyway, if there is someone to call, then yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, found 2 whole fairy rings, which I know isn't that shocking, but they were really close to one another, so kind of really strengthens my idea that there has to be something going on with the soil for them to propagate this much and, this fast. I swear, sometimes it just kind of feels like they pop up in a moment when I'm not looking. I'm pretty sure, though, it's just, me not paying attention and the coloration just happens to pop out in the right light. Can you even imagine, though? Why, what's next? A little man made out of a mushroom? Whew. Wow, yeah. You know what? I'm already ahead for the day. I think it's about time then to maybe take a dip in the river and cool off. Another one of those weird plushies. Gotta own up to it. I've been here for almost 4 weeks, and yeah, I'm just now noticing the patch of dirt near the transformer that I can never really think of a good moniker for. I mean, you have the one up the hill that's from the base near Papa, and then you've got the one near Romeo. Guess it can just be the transformer that isn't one of those two. Looks to be something buried here. I guess that explains the dirt. Someone got creative with the decorations again, I see. I'll have to pop back with a shovel. I was just saying to myself, Kel, you've done such a good job today, you deserve another fishing break. And you know what? That handsome bastard is right. Once I drop these off, I might go dark for a bit. Bit. Well, whatever came and went left a trail of, brownies, I want to say? Yeah, they, feel different than the regular one. What? Okay. That texture is not great. Might be a vegan brownie. Okay, the taste isn't bad, though. Well, someone went through all the effort of baking these and leaving them out for me. I would be rude not to follow, with witnesses on the off chance that this, leads to an early end for me. Okay, taking a quick stop to say, this screams buried treasure, right? Look, I know I said that one thing about not digging in what could be seen as an obvious spot, but I don't know, it just kind of calls to me. Either way, I've got a trail to follow, hopefully without a box and a stick at the end. Yeah, I can hear you all typing out your emails. Kel, why are you following an obvious trail of sweet things? Do you want to end up like a horror protagonist? Blah, 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 blah. I must say, though, that isn't the tone I would expect from scientific folks like yourselves, but I'll answer anyway. Now, my reasoning is twofold. One, it's the middle of the day, and everyone knows that scary or dubious things can't happen when the sun is still out, and 2, the only things I've really ran into out here are that thing in the cave, who, I doubt has access to a stove, but I could be wrong, and the aliens up with the ships. Now, they have made it very apparent that if they don't want to be seen or heard, they won't. For example, all the shrimp packets they keep leaving me. I hear them running to the door and back, and yeah. It kind of goes without saying that they want it to be heard. And, cresting the hill, I spy my end. A pile of the same brownies and a note. Before I read this, can't let good food go to waste. Now, what do you say? Wait, I can actually read this. It's in English, broken English, not in a judgmental way. Actually, kind of reminds me of my abuela. Sorry. I don't know what got into me there. Must be the brownies. The treehouse, huh? Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll bite. Okay. Well, I got your note. What kind of, surprise do you... Oh. It's a little handmade... Me? I don't know, maybe it's what they see me as. That's really sweet, actually. Another note. What do you say this time? Arrival, huh? Arrival? Arrival? I'll go with Arrival. Maybe it's a species name. I guess it doesn't matter. Thank you so much. I don't know what I did to deserve this kind of attention, but, I appreciate it, and the offer, I don't really think I can leave this planet, but, assuming this isn't some kind of elaborate joke at my expense. But I doubt that. Thanks. There. That's pretty comfy looking.
Good evening, Dr. Kel. I couldn't help but notice while organizing your photos that this one displays signs of radiation. As you know, radiation is a dangerous, unseen threat, and we at ASO would hate for...
Quiet. I like the little guy, but dang if he isn't wordy. But shit, yeah. No, he's right, that patch of barren ground is, oof. Hello, radioactive. Oh, keep an eye out for any, extra fingers or toes. You know, I just got some inspiration. Oh, but... Oh, yeah. No. Not keen on Not keen on, annual labor at this time of night. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay now. Good night, everyone. Good night, Polaris. Well, after I go take care of that server.
Good night, Dr. Kel.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Polaris.
Good morning, Dr. Kel.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. Maybe. But no, I did not move the computer up into the room. I got up not too long ago, but I wanted to start the day with some measurements. We're going to be taking some liberties with this area. You know, make the entire base feel, more homely and rather than, just living upstairs. Oh, I found a fun little feature with Polaris. Hey, Polaris, I have a joke for you. Why did today not want to get out of bed?
Oh, a joke. I do love jokes. I don't know, Dr. Kel. Why did today not want to get out of bed?
Because it was 2-6.
Error. Input not recognized. Please try again.
You all get it, I hope. Because, 2, 6, 26 sounds like too sick. Yeah. Never mind, it was better in my head, I think. Well, with my ego slightly deflated, I think I'm gonna get going with today's work. Okay, so you remember yesterday when I was following the trail? Yeah, Well, I'm back at the spot that was setting off my treasure senses, and wouldn't you know it, I was right. Crossing my fingers and toes that this isn't another burial box. Okay? Is that a track box? Okay. It's not that heavy, but definitely heavier than I expected. Huh. That would explain it. This thing's full of drives. Huh. Well, shoot, I can't exactly drive while I got this thing. I might drop it, and then what good would all that digging have been for? Okay. I'm gonna drop this thing back off at base before heading back out. I guess if you all have any idea of what this is about, or when it was buried, shoot me an email? Ha! Check this out. Hashcode has bow right in it. Lima's got a crushing bow. Lima's got a crushing bow. Yeah, I'm just teasing.
Welcome back, Dr. Kel.
Man, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this little guy could see me or something. Yeah, he's probably hooked up to the base systems or something. And with me being the only one here, it's just making a prediction. What would happen if somebody else came by? Well, there is the camera out front. Hello, Polaris. What's this?
While you were out and about, I took the liberty of finding some fun reading material for you. I do hope you don't mind. One of my primary functions is to provide our employees with enrichment. As an astronomer, I thought you'd be interested in materials pertaining to concepts of string theory and quantum entanglement. String theory, if one is not familiar with it.
Thank you, Polaris. I'm sure it will be an interesting read when I have time.
Dr. Kel, please note, your recording device is on.
Oh, Oh, that's really strange. Says that this is an object, but, I don't know about any of you, but I can't see a damn thing other than the vacuum of space. Okay. Riddle me this. Why in the world do we sell a pallet of bricks? Why do we sell a pallet of these things and not any way of moving them easily, like a pallet jack or something? Yes, I am broadcasting this to shame you all.
Dr. Kel, you have a visitor.
Oh! Dang, I almost didn't notice the guy. Pendejo fell over. That's what you get for working off peanut logic.
Dr. Kel, a visitor requires medical attention.
Voila! So, I know I have the shower upstairs, but dang it, sometimes a guy just wants a nice soak. I've got to say, I'm pretty proud of my handiwork. Now I can hear someone asking, "Oh, Cal, why did you even build that? Nobody's gonna be around." And to that, strawman, I say, aesthetics. Well, yes, it is true I'm alone out here. Mostly. And a fact that I am very cognizant of. It'd be nice to have an area sealed away from the big-ass window out front and... well... look, sometimes we do things because they look nice, but not because they serve a purpose. Also, backpedaling a little bit, pretty sure our little assistant has eyes on the place, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm pooped. I'm gonna christen this new sauna-like thing, and... yeah. Good night, everyone. Dr. Kel, signing out.
Morning, everyone. Back in the room again. Sorry. Really shook by last night's nightmare. So, I was in a shed. Well, I mean, I say a shed, but I'm almost certain it was the shed out near Whiskey. It was dark, maybe storming. Either way, I head out the front door. Well, head out the front, there was no door. And I'm walking around dazed and confused and honestly a bit freaked out. And then everything goes like pitch black and there's this rumbling. Felt it in my bones. I don't mean to, but it's almost like my body gets taken over and I look up and there's this saucer looking thing looming overhead. And the next thing I know, the spot where I'm looking starts to glow real bright. I wake up before whatever was going to happen next. No idea what that was all about, but maybe it's because I left the microwave door open. I don't know. Best I've got. Anyway, day 27. What the hell? Oh. Another shrimp packet. Neat. You know, I'm not really one to complain about free food, but this is getting a bit excessive. Freezer is about full of the damn things.
I'm almost positive I locked that door last night. Dang, aliens can't even lock up after themselves. Well, I've got work ahead of me, so, yeah. Well. Oh, well. Well, that it's been, what, a little over 3 weeks, and wow, holy crap, that's finally sinking in. Ooh, I've been here almost a month. Anyway, wild, I never ran into this until now. From the looks of it, it's an old well, too. Boarded up for safety, I'm guessing. Though, what was this doing all the way out here? Oh, unless maybe it's from an old town or settlement. The remnants lost to time and the elements. This stone tube, the only thing to say, hey, we were here. I should probably write this down. Maybe I'll come back to this. Maybe I won't. 563, 263. Well, good news and bad news. Everyone has left their stands. Hilarious. What do you make of this signal?
It appears to be some kind of satellite, although it doesn't match any of my findings.
Is it okay to download?
I'm sorry, Dr. Kel, but it is beyond my programming to make claims of legality.
Oh, neat. I'm just out for a little drive. The machines are acting up, and I'm not about to be billed for whatever they're worth. And yeah, I found another one of those little tiles. Just kind of near the base of a tree, a round Yankee. No wonder I overlooked it. It's just thanks to the setting sun I caught a glint of the metal. Nights are getting pretty chilly, by the way. Really starting to wish you, had at least given me a blanket or something. Oh, yeah. How the heck would I wash it? Well, River might not be a bad idea. Anyway, I'm heading into a tangent. Catch you on the backside. So this deck's pretty old. We all know this, but can anyone explain this error to me? It says that, there's no signal, but, yeah, there is. I can clearly download it. I don't know. I guess maybe something to fix before the next person takes my place. Also, I got another one of those, weird satellites. Third one, actually. Maybe, this is a long shot. Maybe they belong to those aliens? I have nothing to base this on. Just a thought. Oh, right, I have those underground signals. I'm in a good groove at the moment. Polaris, can you flip a coin?
Heads, Dr. Kel.
Alright, not today.
Dr. Kel, it is not advisable to stay up into the late evening so much. We at ASL highly recommend and encourage
Right, the
you to get
program's
some
acting like my
shut-eye.
mother. But it has a point. Yeah, good night, everyone. Dr. Kel, signing out.